What is the secret to being successful on Etsy? The thing is, it's not usually one big thing. It's usually like 50 small to medium things, and also the correct prioritization of those things. Today, I'm going to give you 6 best kept secrets that no one is talking about. If you're new here, my name's Dylan Jarvis. I'm a 7-figure Etsy seller with a corporate e-commerce background, and now we have a company of about 25 people where we are teaching thousands of Etsy sellers how to scale their businesses. So the first secret is to set your default shipping to ground. So when Etsy sets up your shipping profiles, they hide the ground shipping option. I'm going to show you how to unhide that so you can save a lot on shipping. When you create your shipping profile, you're going to fill everything out, and then under shipping services, you will click edit and scroll all the way down to where it says advanced shipping services. So click on that and select ground. This is essential, and then save it. If you're in the US, this is the cheapest shipping option, and it's going to build a shipping upsell right into the shipping profile. So let's say you offer free shipping. If they select free shipping, then ground will be the default option. And let's say a 2-pound item costs you as the seller $10. Well, maybe they don't want it to take 3 to 10 days to arrive, and maybe the customer wants to upgrade to priority, which makes it look like it'll arrive in 2 to 4 business days. And they'll see the cost for priority, it might be $10 or $11. So it's almost the same price as ground, but the customer is paying that full amount and you're not going to pay anything on that. So basically you are making an extra $10 profit on that item. So do not forget to scroll down to the advanced options when setting up your shipping profiles. The second thing you need to do is to stop creating your pins in Canva and to just focus on using the Google Chrome extension right within your listings. You can save so much time and you'll really get a volume of pins up. Now, disclaimer, do not even try to drive traffic with Pinterest if your listings are not optimized and if the SEO is not fully in place. That would just be the biggest waste of your time. If you're curious to how well this Pinterest strategy works, check this out. Here's one of my listings where social media brought 62% of the visits, and that is over 106,000 visits. And when you dive in deeper, you can see that out of those 106,000 visits, Pinterest brought 105,000 visits. So 99% of the traffic through social media to this listing came through Pinterest using this exact Pinterest strategy. If you're curious about this Pinterest strategy that is extremely fast and doesn't take much time, just reach out to us. The third secret is that you can absolutely have digital, print on demand, and physical products in the same shop. You do not need separate shops for these things, and I highly recommend actually not having separate shops and keeping everything in one shop as much as possible. This is especially the case if you are a one-person business. If you have separate shops, you will dilute your efforts, and if you put 30% effort into each of these shops, you'll get 30% of the results. So keeping a variety of categories within the same shop just requires that you are serving a similar type of customer in that shop. So I recommend, as long as the customers are not in opposition, try to keep it in the same shop. So I use this example of farmers and brides, maybe not the same shop, but if at all possible, keep things in the same shop. All right, the fourth secret, this is very straightforward. If you have been on Etsy for 3 months and you have no sales, I would recommend starting a new shop. Or if you have been on Etsy for 6 months or longer and have less than 10 sales, I would recommend starting a new shop. This is because Etsy does give you a boost in search results where you're ranking in your first couple of months. So sometimes it's just not worth trying to swim upstream, trying to revive an old shop when you could just get started on the right foot with a new shop today. And 3 months from now, that new shop would get a lot further than that old shop. The fifth best kept secret is if you are selling physical products, and it is to go to raise.com or Gift Card Granny, I know, to buy discounted gift cards for buying your inventory. So look at where you purchase your materials and check out sites like raise.com where they sell discounted gift cards. So you could buy a $50 gift card to Michael's for $40 and you're saving that $10. The reason we do this is because then you can stack these discounts. Let's say you either have a reseller's permit or maybe you are military or a teacher and you get those discounts. Well, you can apply those discounts and then pay with a gift card that is already discounted. So you are basically stacking your discounts. So for example, when you shop at Michael's and something is 70% off, that's considered clearance. So you cannot stack discounts like the military discount with that. but you can use a discounted gift card to pay for those clearance items. And sometimes we would get those Michaels gift cards for up to 30% off. And then at Michaels, if things are 60% off or lesser of a discount, then it still is able to be stacked with the military discount or teacher discount. And then on top of that, you use the gift card to get another percentage off. Now, the best time of year to check out these gift card reselling sites is right after Christmas. There's a big influx, and the pricing on those sites, it really depends on supply and demand. All right, the last best kept secret that no one's gonna tell you is that you are better off not picking a niche. People will tell you to pick a niche because I believe that is the lazy way out. It is the laziest way to come up with something cohesive. But picking a topic or a theme or a niche in your shop is a very narrow-minded way to make something cohesive. You'll be much better off long-term building your shop around customers, profitable customers who appreciate a cohesive aesthetic. And this is instead of pigeonholing yourself into a specific niche. And the best part about this is you don't need to just stick with this one aesthetic, because this aesthetic can evolve over time. For example, you could go after that in my era Taylor Swift groovy font vibe, right? And you can serve many different customers who appreciate that same aesthetic. You could be putting that on things for teachers, things for doctors, things for nurses. You could do it on things for moms. You could do it on kids items. You could do it on literally anything. You know, people throw around the word aesthetic. They're like, what does that even mean, right? It's so theoretical. What it refers to, like on a tactical level, is the colors, the hues, the fonts, the overall vibe. Let's say there's 10 items on a shelf. If you take a quick look at them, would it look like they go together or could be sold in the same shop, right? Not looking at the specific nuances of them, like with the words, the exact words, or maybe the actual product itself, right? That doesn't matter as much. But if you take a quick glance and look away, does it look, okay, that looks like it fits together. It's a vibe. And that's a good test for your shop. Maybe go to your shop, scroll through really fast, just do a quick scroll on your homepage and ask yourself, does this look like one store? P.S. I would not recommend going with that in my era aesthetic right now if you are a brand new shop, because you are going to be about 6 to 8 months behind the trend. That's just an example, but you get the idea. Do not forget to look for trends outside of Etsy when it comes to an aesthetic, because Etsy is one of the last places to get trends. If you need help kind of understanding what an aesthetic is, what it looks like, I recommend actually looking at smaller boutiques and not looking at large retailers or department stores. For example, this is one of my favorites. It's called Pigment. It's based here in San Diego. And you can see that they have a very cohesive aesthetic going. They have price buckets, which is where we start. Remember, that's where we start in the gifting season, is price first, product second. So you got your price buckets, we got your customers, so best friends, hostesses, fashion lovers, plant lovers, decorators, dog lovers, kids, homebodies, students, guys, stocking stuffers, right? They're serving many different types of customers in the same shop. But when you look at the aesthetic, they have all different types of items, but they all are very cohesive, right? And the way they picture it, it's kind of in an ombre, rainbow color scheme, which is really cool. And you can see, they have many different types of products. They're not all going with one theme, but they keep it cohesive with the merchandising, with the photos, with the pricing, with the hues, with the fonts, right? So they sell to all these different people, moms, plant lovers, wine lovers, coffee lovers, but all these people appreciate the same vibe and aesthetic. So there's very different niches within this boutique, and there's very different customers that they serve within it, but they all have a similar appreciation of the same vibe. That is the way to go with your Etsy shop, and that way you can evolve over time and stay ahead of the trend so that you stay a market leader instead of just picking a niche and serving only people who fit within that box. You're gonna have much more consistent revenue, and you're gonna grow in a much faster way if you do this instead of picking a niche. All right, I hope you enjoyed these Etsy secrets. If you'd like to connect with us and get more value for your Etsy shop, follow us on Instagram at Dylan Jarrus. And we're actually currently running a giveaway, so go over there and check the pinned posts at the top of the feed. Also, every week we like to spread awareness of our followers' shops, so we will promote your shop for free every single week. So if you want to learn more about how to get involved in that campaign, it's totally free. Just go follow us on Instagram and check out our pinned posts. All right, we'll see you guys in the next video.
After I joined the program, I gained so much clarity. Dylan is a wealth of knowledge and she shares all of her secrets with you. That coaching aspect of it, you can't get that through reading or watching videos. So that's what makes this program really unique.